What are things that older thru hikers do that annoy younger ones? That's kind of a weird question. What's up, everybody? Q&A video time. My last Q&A was like a month or two ago after I hit 1,000 subscribers, and this time I'm about to hit 4,000 subscribers. I don't know if I'll actually hit it by the time this goes up, but I'm pretty damn close, so thank you so much for all the support. That was aggressive. Anyways, let's get into the questions here. Some of these are like through hiking related questions. Some of them are just nonsense because this channel is honestly just mostly nonsense. The one thing I will say is that I will not be answering any questions about a particular virus that is going around right now and is all over the news. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. There's enough of that out there already. We're going to keep this fun and positive. So with that said, yeah, let's do some questions. If you and Dan Becker had a baby, who would he look like? Well, first of all, I don't think you should assume the gender of Dan and I's hypothetical baby. Like, come on. But if we did have a baby, it would look something like this. Did you get pregnant on your thru hike? I mean, we just established that maybe I have a hypothetical baby with Dan Becker, and so maybe I did get pregnant on my thru hike, and I guess you all know who the father is now.
What the fuck?
What a weird way to start a Q&A video. Did you partake in National Naked Hiker Day? I did one time. I didn't on my AT thru hike, but there was another hike I did. I have another video that tells this story. I think it's the moose attack story on moose attack on the Appalachian Trail. I'll link it right here. I was also dangerously close to being underage when I did, and so it's a weird situation, folks. Go watch that video. Like I'm telling you, just weird. Weird. Alright, this one's like actually a hiking question. What do you do when your tarp/tent is soaked with dew/rain in the morning? Do you wait for the sun to dry things out? Shove it in your pack, blah, blah, blah. That's a great question. So I've used a ULA CDT backpack for like the past 5 years. And that backpack has a huge mesh pocket on the outside that you can just cram like so much into. So I pretty much try to fit every single piece of gear that can get wet into that outside mesh pocket. So obviously the tarp for my hammock goes in there, or if you have like a rain fly for your tent or whatever, my rain jacket, small things like tent stakes and utensils and my bear bag rope, just for instance, anything that can get wet goes into that mesh pocket. And that way, when it's wet, I can just put it on the outside of my backpack. I don't have to worry about getting my like clothing and stuff that needs to stay dry wet by just shoving it into the backpack. Like, that's not a problem. And it also just keeps that stuff super accessible. So when I'm packing up in the morning, like literally the last thing I can do is just shove that wet tarp into the outside of my pack. It's super easy, or as easy as shoving a wet tarp into something can possibly be. I've been using that backpack for so long now that I honestly don't really know what I would do if I didn't have a backpack with that mesh pocket. I'm in the market for a new backpack, so, you know, maybe I'll have to figure that out soon. But anyways, that's what I do. So what's your day job? I'm a software developer. How do you afford to thru hike? I'm a software developer. Future YouTuber meetup? Yes, I'm actually going to be doing a meetup in Barrow, Alaska next December. It's going to be great. Middle of winter. It's going to be pitch black 24/7. Barrow is extremely accessible. I figured it would be a great central location for like the globe to just meet there. They've got like a huge booming economy. Like there's tons to do there. Lots of hiking and polar bears and stuff. So this joke is going on too long. Like, I'm obviously joking. Like, I'm not gonna have a fucking meetup in Alaska. Will you be hiking the PCT? I would love to hike the PCT at some point, but I'm sure as hell not gonna do it right now. Coffee or tea? Coffee all the freaking way, not even close. How many toenails have you lost? Funny enough, I've actually lost about half a toenail. Like, straight up, that sounds ridiculous, but after I tried to thru hike the long trail as like my first backpacking trip ever, again, I'm gonna reference another video because I told that whole story in another video, but after that hike, I like completely messed up my feet and ended up having to have half of my, this toenail, which my socks are stupid, can't see my toenails, my socks are on. Yeah, my big toe on my left foot, I had to have half of that toenail surgically removed. It didn't feel great, definitely didn't look great either, but it's almost healed now. It's still kind of weirdly shaped and stuff, but waterproof or non-waterproof shoes on a thru hike. I'm pretty sure that's a troll question because I made that like 5 backpacking gear lies where I talk about how trail runners are better, so screw you. I mean, it's kind of funny if it's a troll question, but non-waterproof, folks, trail runners, I stand by that. I got a lot of shit for that in that video, but I don't care, I'm sticking by it. What are the advantages slash disadvantages of hiking alone, with a partner, and or a group? And what do you prefer? That's a really good question. I could probably make a whole video on this, honestly. Advantages of hiking solo are that you could just like go at your own pace and go into town as you please. You don't have to be reliant on anybody else to do what you want to do. Disadvantage would be, gets kind of boring and lonely sometimes. Obviously that's going to depend person to person, but I like a little bit of social interaction at least, so when I'm doing like multiple days by myself, I definitely get a little bit lonely. And then the advantages and disadvantages of hiking in a group are pretty much just the opposite of what I just said. So you get to be around more people and it can be more fun, and you get like some camaraderie. Did I say it? Yeah, I said it right. Camaraderie. Yeah, it's not even that hard of a word. As far as what I prefer, I like a hybrid, like a mix, right? So at the end of the day, I like to be calling the shots by myself 100%. But if I can like not have to give up that much and not compromise that much, it sounds terrible, but if I can find other people that are doing similar miles as I am and have like a similar schedule as I do, then I will happily hike with them over hiking by myself. What is your opinion on camping on the side of highways and access roads on portions of a backpacking trip? Also, did you have a channel prior to this one that was centered around a different niche? Highways and access roads, like, I don't know, maybe that's like a West Coast thing, but here on the East Coast, like, I don't know that many people that are just fucking camping on the side of the highway. Like, as far as like the other channel, different niche question, like, I did have a YouTube channel when I was in middle school, like 2009, where a bunch of my goofy like middle school friends and I would just make like really awful sketch comedy videos, and we did that for like a year. We put out like 30 videos, but again, like middle school, not very smart. We didn't really take it that seriously. I don't know if that counts, but they're still out there. How do you feel that hiking in the Whites and the Adirondacks helps prepare you for your thru hike? That's a great question. And hiking in the Adirondacks and the White Mountains, like, I cannot even start to explain how much that prepared me for my thru hike, because I would say like 80% of the Appalachian Trail, maybe even a higher percentage, is easier hiking, like significantly easier hiking than the White Mountains and the Adirondacks. So for instance, when I first started northbound, like my first couple of days in Georgia, I was feeling pretty good. Like I was a little bit sore, you know, like you start out, you're gonna be a little bit sore, but for the most part, I was like, this hiking is pretty fucking easy, because I was used to hiking in the Whites and the Adirondacks where shit is really fucking difficult. The contour lines on this shit are absolutely insane. And look at that. Meanwhile, a lot of the people around me, most of the people around me were like, holy shit, like this is pretty difficult. Like, I don't know if I can do this. If you live in the Northeast and you're gonna be doing the AT or any thru hike at all, like get to the Whites, get to the Adirondacks, and just do the hard stuff, like straight up, like right up front. It will definitely pay off, and it will definitely prepare you a shit ton like it did for me. How did you make money for a thru hike? Do I really have to explain how to make money? Like, right? Like, what do you think I'm gonna say? Like, you think I'm gonna tell you to rob a freaking bank or something? Like, no, get a job, save your freaking money, and go blow it all on the trail. That's how you do it. What are things that older thru hikers do that annoy younger ones? The vast majority of hikers I meet are not annoying at all, but the small percentage that are annoying are usually closer to my age, honestly. Like, it's usually the younger people, if anybody at all, that are annoying. So if you're an older hiker, like seriously, you're not annoying. Like I cannot think of a single instance where an older hiker, like a boomer or anybody, did something annoying. I love making fun of boomers, and I'm gonna continue to do that, but like, I'm sorry if that person that asked the question thought I was actually annoyed by older hikers. Ramen bomb, yay or nay? Ooh, hard nay. Disgusting. So if you don't know what a ramen bomb is, it's basically where you take like ramen noodle soup, and then you put a pack of instant mashed potatoes inside of like the soup and the broth, and ugh, disgusting. I think I would honestly rather eat a legitimate bomb than a ramen bomb. Have you noticed any hate towards fat hikers on the trail? Honestly, no. Like, I feel like if you're overweight and you want to use hiking as a way to lose weight, like, I'm all about that. That sounds awesome to me, and I've never noticed anyone who has anything against that, and if they do, then fuck them. What did you think of Dan Becker's last fashion show, I mean hike? Oh my god. That's brutal. That's brutal, man. Oh my, I know I make fun of Dan Becker all the time on this channel, so like I should expect some of that, but that's just brutal, man. I just want to say, I don't actually hate Dan Becker. In fact, he literally sent me an email like 2 days ago after I posted my last video, the hiking noobs be like video or whatever. I love making fun of Dan Becker. I'm going to keep making fun of Dan Becker, but I don't hate the guy, and contrary to popular belief, he actually doesn't hate me either. He actually likes my videos, as he said in that email, which is kind of funny, honestly, because I literally called him a fucker in that video, and he still thought it was funny. Dan Becker? More like Dan fucker. So let's cool it with the Dan Becker hate, okay? Like, take a chill pill, but still, Dan Becker. If you saw my last video, the hiking noobs be like video, the meme like parody video, if you saw that and you thought it was funny, definitely let me know in the comments, because I had a blast filming that video, like by far the most fun I've ever had filming a video, and I kind of want to do more videos like that. So if I should make more like stupid, goofy videos like that, leave a comment and let me know. Thank you guys so much, and have a good one.